Right, hello again and welcome to another edition of FS 101. In today's lecture, we'll be discussing about food technology and why it is in the College of Home Economics. So maybe yung iba sa inyo nagtataka no kasi bakit ba nasa HE yung food tech. Eh, sa ibang school ang food tech under ng maybe you would think College of Science, College of Engineering, even College of Education in some other schools. Pero bakit nasa HE? Other than nung nag-HE kayo nung elementary tapos like nagluto kayo, hindi mo naman masyadong maisip kung bakit ang FE ay under the College of Home Economics. But definitely, we did somehow evolve, no? Of course, you have your history readings to know more about how FE branched out from the original home economics course. But anyway, so brief background lang no sa ating logo. Um, so this is the department logo. You can see here meron parang seed. Okay, kasi food. And then this is a leaf. And yung tatlong white lines na yan represents either a fork or test tube. No? And yung leaf naman na ito, kung makikita nyo, meron siyang parang 7 strands dyan. These represent both the 7 educative goals of the college and also the 7 main sections of the college, namely your home economics education, food science, nutrition, clothing technology, interior design, family life and child development, and um, HRIM, hotel, restaurant, and institution management. Okay, and at the same time, here's the CHE logo, no, may parang bahay, kulong. And then here's a parent and child. So, na parang pagkalinga and then protected siya, no? So, that's what the College of Home Economics symbolizes the home part, alright? And later on, we'll discuss what does home economics mean. And of course, try to relate it to why our course is here. So again, bago ang lahat, kailangan nating define ano nga ba ang home economics o ekonomiyang pantahanan. CHE Catalog defines it in this way: it's a study of families and the management of resources available to them for the satisfaction of basic needs in changing environments. True enough, parang dami natin nakikitang post ngayon na yung mga tao, graduate sila ng school and all, but they don't know how to live their life. Mga taong 20 plus years old na, hindi marunong magluto, hindi marunong maglaba. But HE is more than that. Again, it's a study of managing household resources with the goal of satisfying basic needs in so may pagka-dynamic at changing environment. So later we'll look at the origin of the term home economics, no? Which I think you've already also encountered in your readings. So HE focuses on issues and concerns related to families as they relate with other families in the society or community. So as we know, families are the most basic unit, household unit natin dito sa bansa. Okay? And of course, you don't limit the definition of families to having two parents and one or more children. No? Alam naman natin maraming klase ng pamilya. Meron yung mga nuclear, meron single parents, and we want to have all those definitions acknowledged. Anyway, again, let's move on. Okay, so yung term na economics ay nanggaling talaga dito sa oikonomiya or from the Greek oikos, which means household, and this term, which means management and dispensation. So if you add them together, yung economics or nagaling sa oikonomiya ay galing pala doon sa parang pag-manage ng estate or stewardship or household management. So, nung panahon kasi ng mga Griego, no, meron silang mga estate. So, parang household, pero kung medyo mayaman ka, mas likely siya parang hacienda. Meron kang mga tao working under you and so on. And usually, it's the wife who manages this household while the husband, if you're rich enough to provide for yourself and have some certain surplus, you can participate in politics, no? Yung nagde-develop ng yung mga Greek, di ba, mahilig sila magbatuhan ng ideas. What about this new idea? So they develop let's say parang political systems or yung mga philosophies dahil hindi na nila kailangan isipin yung household management dahil na-manage na ito ng maayos at tumatakbo yung kanilang tahanan na nagpo-produce ng mga kailangan nila like food, shelter, clothing, and whatnot. No? So, isipin mo parang pag asyenda ka, tapos may mga tauhan ka, you are self-sufficient sa food production mo, tapos yung mga kailangan mo, like may damit ka, yung production ng clothing, self-sufficient ka rin and all that. So it's ironic how yung salitang economics, which is right now mainly involves global trade and not really being self-sufficient, actually means household management or estate management or trying to achieve self-sufficiency by managing your household resources. So, mas totoo pala yung name na home economics dun sa definition na itong oikonomiya versus the economics that we know now, like the course or how the term economics is used, no? So what then is HE as a discipline? We lay claim to studying the elements that sustain life, meaning yun nga yung mga basics natin, food, clothing, shelter, maybe sige pati wifi na rin kasi yun na naman kasama na sa buhay mo yun eh. Give meaning to life as well, so meaning yung mga entertainment and the like, yung quality of life na sinasabi, hindi ka lang busog, hindi ka lang nutritionally provided for example, but you like what you eat, you like what you're wearing, you're not just protected from the elements, you like your house, and so on. And of course, the interactions of these elements. So each of the 7 academic programs of the College of Home Economics seek to mold the student towards academic excellence and based on sound human values with a deep sense of social responsibility and challenging them to help strengthen the foundation of the nation. So again, yung mga undergraduate programs natin, that you have of course food science, food technology, you have community nutrition, there's clothing technology, interior design, family life and child development, dealing with early childhood and kasi buong family life cycle saklaw nila. And you have hotel, restaurant, institution management, and lastly, of course, you also have home economics education. Para natin makakalimutan yun, di ba? Which is essentially an integration of the other 6 and geared towards making teachers primarily. So, simple lang naman yung mission ng CHE, which is to enhance the quality of day-to-day living of families and consumers to prepare them to face challenges. So, for us as food technologists, we provide, of course, we produce mga foods na talaga namang nakakapagpaganda ng kalidad ng araw mo. If perhaps one of your favorite foods might have a food technologist behind it, diba? So, I remember nung ako po nasa Magnolia Ice Cream, yung tagline po namin is making every day a celebration. We have something that's not so expensive, but it really could make your day if you're a child or even an adult who just had a really bad day today. Okay, then the CHE views this mission from both specific focus and societal and ecological perspective. So, hindi lang natin tinitignan yung pagiging food technologist or food scientist perhaps in technical aspect, but we look at yung feelings natin tungkol dito and how are we really impacting the world as a whole. Kaya nga, yung first lecture sa inyo, we discussed the Sustainable Development Goals, which is our larger perspective or framework, and we also look at the nutrition situation in the Philippines so that we can try to solve the bigger picture, okay? Instead of just focusing on a very little part of that bigger picture. Right, so one of the distinctives ng pagiging member or part ng College of Home Economics is we have what we call the 7 educative goals. So this puts a context or perspective as to how we teach food science and technology, no? So ito yung 7 educative goals: love of God, love of country, belief in the integral role of the family, ethical behavior, management mindedness, pursuit of excellence, and social responsibility. So first up is love of God. Hindi naman natin sinasabi na ine-exclude natin yung mga agnostic or atheistic or polytheistic na nilalang sa class or sa mundong ito. Pero in fact, actually in the 1987 Philippine Constitution, nandun yung presumption na merong monotheistic being. No? Kaya nga, Almighty God yung nakalagay doon sa Philippine Constitution preamble natin. So what this means, of course, is that we acknowledge, for the most part, that the majority of the Filipino people believe in a God, and this, whether it's the Judeo-Christian God or the Muslim God or whatever, ay may epekto ito sa buhay nila na yung value system mo naka-based dun sa theistic belief mo, and and that affects many aspects of your life, yung motivation mo for doing what you want, and even yung fear mo to do evil or do bad, no? So next is love of country. Of course, nationalism has been instilled sa atin ng ating maybe parents or kung sino nag-alaga sa atin in our schools, and hindi naman natin sinasabi na we should hate other countries, no? Pero um, kung gusto mo na rin lang gamitin yun na pag-aralan mo, gamitin mo na ito para makatulong sa mga kababayan mo. Hindi yung pag-graduate mo ng UP, punta ka sa ibang bansa, magpapayaman ka, tapos hayahay ka na, habang yung mga naging classmate mo noon or yung mga families na nakasalubong mo sa daan ay patuloy na naghihirap. So, or if you want to help other impoverished people in the world, you should at least start with helping your neighbor, the ones that you can reach every day in front of you, rather than those who are maybe hundreds of thousands of miles away. Right? Belief in the integral role of the family. So, hindi ibig sabihin ito na ang family ay may male and female parent and then children, no? So, alam naman natin na iba-iba na yung forms ng family ngayon, and we acknowledge all of those, no? But we at least believe na itong family as the smallest unit of society ay talaga namang integral sa pag-build ng nation, na hindi pwede yung mga ideology na lahat tayo palalakihin na lang sa isang orphanage and we don't receive specific care from caregivers who build a relationship with us. That's why we have, of course, the Family Life and Child Development, of course, which specializes in that. Alright? So, ethical behavior, it's no coincidence perhaps na yung acronym na HE also stands for Honor and Excellence and Home Economics, no? So, ethics, of course, is part of honor. Alam naman natin na may mga bagay na mali from a moral and ethical standpoint, and we do even have, sadly, UP graduates who became dictators, or Salvador Panelo is a UP graduate, diba? So, well, Harry Roque. So, hindi pwede yung matalino ka lang. Dapat meron ka ring ethics sa buhay mo. Okay. Management mindedness, sabi nga natin, ang home economics o ekonomiya is management of resources. So, kailangan ma-reflect to in our daily lives, how we manage our time, our finances, and even, let's say, when we are working now, when we're handling a project of product development in the future, maybe, or whatever it is, yung manpower na i-assign sa atin. So, dapat nandoon yung madedevelop itong skill natin na how do we manage whatever resources we have, whether it's tangible, physical, or intangible. Of course, pursuit of excellence. Again, ang motto ng UP, honor and excellence. Dapat naman sa lahat ng ating ginagawa ay we give it the best we can, and we don't submit, let's say, shabby outputs. Halimbawa for this class, okay, I'll just put up whatever I can think about in 10 minutes and that will be my answer to this week's requirement. Or okay na yan yung answer ko sa lab report. May one reference naman ako, siguro pwede na yun. Minsan nga wala pang reference, diba? So we should at least exercise this in our academic and non-academic activities. And lastly, we have social responsibility. So we're not just here to generate new information and then that's the end of it, no? Kailangan yung mga research projects natin, whatever we learn, we put it into practice with the end goal of helping the society, no? Especially let's say in our local context, talagang reduce or eliminate yung hunger in the future with every step that we make, yung magiging work natin in the future, magiging thesis nyo, etc. So, if you would meditate on these things, no, and read about their definitions as given in the reading materials, of course, you can see that we're trying to make a difference with our education. We're not just here to have knowledge, and then that's the end of it. When we combine it with this CHE perspective, then we have socially relevant and holistic education ahead of us. Okay, that's all for now, and thank you, and have a good rest of your day.